Hi guys, and welcome back to the Our Minds channel and another sit down video. This video is a continuation of, or somewhat of a continuation to the last video that I put up, where I was talking about not being jealous or envious of other people when they are getting their answers and their blessings and their hopes and wishes out of life. It's happening for them, and you're still in your waiting season, your waiting period, and it's not quite happening for you yet. So this is just a follow-on sit-down video from that. Do not change who you are and pretend to be somebody else, thinking that that's how you're going to get your answers and what you want out of life. What I mean by that is, let's say Sally, I'm sorry if her name is called Sally, that's just the first name that came into my head. Let's say Sally has achieved her dream job, all right? And her job is exactly what you want for yourself. You look at Sally and you say to yourself, she did this, she went here, she spoke like that, she acted this way, she had these type of morals and values, and she did all of that, and she's gotten essentially what I would love to have for my life. Now, what tends to happen, and especially when you have been waiting a very long time to have the very thing that Sally has, what tends to happen is there is a part of you that's a bit envious and a bit jealous. I'm not saying that it's right, I'm just saying it's a very natural human response to something that you want for yourself. What transpires from that is you then start to compare. And one of the many branches of comparison is you then start to see the value of Sally and you stop seeing the value of yourself. And you think to yourself from that, well, if Sally did A, B, and C, then I need to be more like Sally and stop what I'm doing and do what Sally did. Now, I am not the oracle. I say this all the time. I'm not the oracle, and I sure as hell am not God. But oh, sorry, I thought my camera just went off. I'm not the oracle and I'm not God, but from my own personal experience and from two stories that I know from two of my friends, it doesn't work that way. I think it was R.C. Blake's. I was watching one of his videos and he said something that stuck with me, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And what I'm saying is not verbatim. I can't remember word for word what he said, but he said something along the lines of, whatever it is that you want out of life, there is somebody that is looking for you. And when they find you, they're not going to find you. They're going to find the fake you who is pretending to be Sally and acting like Sally. And what happens is you run the risk of that person walking straight by you because they've realized that you, the fake you, is not what they want. Think about it. You see, I said it in my last video, and I'm going to repeat it again because as humans, we constantly have to be reminded of things in order to encourage us and to keep us on the right path. You don't know how somebody got what they have. You don't know if it was done the right way or the wrong way. Right way meaning they genuinely worked hard and they grafted and they sacrificed to get what they want. And the not so good way where somebody was being manipulative, they stole, they lied. You just don't know how somebody got their answer. So you have to take a step back and just say, you know what? Good for you, glad for you, happy for you. And one day I am going to get my own. Now I get it. Listen, I get it. It's hard. But just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's not doable. And okay, so I don't want to sound shady, but there are some characteristics that do have to be changed. And I don't want to say, like I said, I don't want to sound, I don't want to sound horrible. But if you are somebody who you're arrogant, you're selfish, you're rude, you're two-faced, you're manipulative, maybe, well, not maybe, that's something that you need to work on in order to change, because those characteristics that I mentioned, you're going to ask yourself, how does that benefit me? How does that benefit other people? What peace is it really bringing to my emotional and my mental health? Now, I can't think of anything. If you can, feel free, drop down in the comments below, correct me. But I can't think of anything positive that those characteristics can actually bring to someone. And it leads me to, okay, a very quick story here. I used to work with a guy, this was years ago. I used to work in a call center. I was like, what, 20, 21? And he was arrogant. I remember this one shift, we were sitting there and we're talking, and the subject got onto relationships. And I remember him telling me through his own admission that that he's had many he was much older than me. He's had many breakups, and the girlfriends, the ex-girlfriends were always saying that he was quite arrogant and he was quite standoffish. And I used to sit back and when he was saying this to me, he was saying it like it was a badge of honor. And I was sitting there thinking, but don't you think you should change? Like, I never verbally said that to him. I was just thinking it. I thought, maybe you should work on that. Maybe you should change, because that's not a very nice characteristic to have. And I remember the manager, he said it to my hearing one time that, oh, he has an air of arrogance about him. And situations like that, you have to say to yourself, well, what is it getting me? Because people have got this negative opinion of me, and not that people's opinion should, wholeheartedly matter, but to some degree it does matter. Because when you're trying to get into a relationship, when you're trying to, work in a diplomatic way, I don't know if that's the right word to use, but we're going to use that word right there, with your work colleagues, and you have this sense of arrogance about you, or I don't know, rudeness about you, who is it really helping? So I say all of that to say, hold on to your morals, hold on to your values. Don't feel that you need to change in order to be like somebody else, thinking that's how you're going to get what you want out of life. I would love to tell you, like I said before, I would love to tell you that if you do this, if you say that, then boom, your answer's going to happen, and it's going to, it's going to transpire, and it's going to come about this way. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know. And truth be told, you don't know either. So you just have to fight the good fight and you have to stay true to who you are. Work honestly and genuinely. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, tears are going to fall from your face. Yes, you're going to see people get theirs before you get yours. And you know what? As hard as it is for me to say, I need to start doing these videos with water nearby, because the way my tongue is as dry like a fish out of water, it's a struggle right now. Hold on to who you are. Don't change. Don't be like Sally. Don't be like another person. Be who you are, because as cheesy as it sounds, you matter, and there is somebody out there who is looking, wanting, and seeking you. They want you. They don't want Sally. They don't want Jessie. They don't want Bob. They don't want James. They want you. So as always, guys, I hope that you got a good takeaway from this. You got something positive, and hopefully what I said actually makes sense. Take care, and I will most definitely see you in the next one. Bye bye.